Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. June 8th, 2017, it was in the news that former NFL wide receiver James Hardy III was found dead in the Indiana River. I'm going to get to how this is another murder ritual for the NBA Finals as well as the upcoming NFL season. But first, I want to remind you about this recent video I put out about the death of Oregon college football player Aaron Jelks, August 22nd, 2001. If you missed this video, this is the story. Supposedly, Aaron Jelks was drinking and driving and crashed on Interstate 5 on the West Coast. And when he crashed, he supposedly got out of his car and fell 50 feet over the edge of the freeway to what was below, and supposedly 2 police officers witnessed it. 2 police officers saw this man fall over the edge after crashing into the barrier on Interstate 5. And you know what those police officers did? After he fell over the edge and was screaming out for help, reportedly he had fallen 50 feet and survived, what those 2 police officers did was they looked down and then they got in their car and they drove away. And hours later, Aaron Jelks died where he had fallen. This information came out and there was a trial years after the fact about what should be done about these police officers who saw this man fall over the edge and then did nothing about it. A judge ruled that the police officers, they don't have any responsibility to help somebody in need. That's not part of their job description. So, the judge said the police officers were within the law, they had done nothing wrong, and they were cleared of any wrongdoing. Think about it. A football player supposedly crashed his car, got out of his car, and fell 50 feet over the edge of the freeway. Who do you really think threw him 50 feet over the edge of the freeway? The only 2 witnesses were the police officers. What are even the odds that 2 police officers would be there to witness it? And then do nothing about it? Not even make a phone call? Understand where you live. You live in a nation that is ruled by Freemason tyrants. They control your police. They control your court systems. They control your coroner's office. They control your media. This is how we live in a nation that has so many suspicious deaths and murder mysteries, and we can't get to the bottom of what really happened. Here's a very clear story. A young man thrown to his death over the edge of a freeway by 2 police officers who were cleared of any wrongdoing. I mean, who would get out of their car and fall over a 50-foot cliff? That's why they say, he was drunk, he was intoxicated. That's what caused it. That story doesn't make any sense. It's very clear what happened to this man, and it's very clear what's been going on. There's only so many people in this world who have the ability to murder and get away with it, and it's because they're in positions of authority. They make the rules. The law has their back, as it did for these police officers who were cleared of any wrongdoing. Now, I have no doubt that whoever killed James Hardy III is connected to this Masonic network and is likely the police. So let's break this down. Let's talk about why it's James Hardy III, while LeBron James is in his 3rd straight finals, the trilogy against the Warriors. And let's not forget about the recent death of the actress in Indiana that had everything to do with the NBA playoffs and finals, Erin Moran, which I covered recently. Joni Loves Chachi. So first of all, this man was found dead in the Indiana River. Supposedly a logging company found him. His body in between the logs. Indiana River sums to 83 just like football. This man, former football player. As we know, 83 is also the 23rd prime number, the word King 23. We're talking about LeBron James, King James in his 3rd final. Every year, the NBA playoffs and NBA finals, they bring the most suspicious deaths out of all the championships we see. But in accordance with all of these championships, we always see these suspicious deaths and murder rituals. Indiana, where he died, also has gematria 52. So does Minnesota, which will be hosting Super Bowl 52. Again, this death, a ritual for the finals and the upcoming NFL season. This is a former professional football player. Relevant gematria of Indiana, 34. Murder number, 47. Number of foundation. Minnesota also has the gematria of 47 and 52, like Indiana. 137, the 33rd prime number. Huge number in the NBA Finals and the football season every year. James Hardy, he wore a few different numbers, but I noticed every mainstream article is showing pictures of him in 81, his 81 jersey. Remember, ritual sums to 81 forwards and backwards. Some of these words have perfect symmetry. Ritual, one of these words, 81 forwards and back. March 22nd, the 81st day of the year, we always see rituals, Masonic rituals on March 22nd. 223, very important number to Masonry. We also saw the recent suspicious death of Aaron Hernandez, supposedly Illuminati and blood written on the wall, supposedly also hung himself. He died the same day the Patriots went to the White House to meet Trump. Go back and see my work on Aaron Hernandez. I was talking about Aaron Hernandez in 27 years before that even happened. Dead at 27, and let's not overlook the word ritual also has gematria of 27 and 45. He died the day his team was going to meet the 45th president, who I used to predict why the Patriots would win the Super Bowl. Remember, it was all about Trump and the Patriots. Then the Patriots had the 25-point comeback, winning the 25th Super Bowl for the AFC on 2/5, plus a whole lot more. Anyhow, James Hardy III was the news on June 8th, 6/8 as we write it in the U.S., about his death. They're saying he died the day prior, June 7th, but they put out the news June 8th, 6/8. Notice James Hardy III also sums to 85. National Football League equals 85. If you've ever seen the movie Jerry Maguire, the football player wears the number 85. His name is Tidwell. Remember this? Tidwell, number 85. Tidwell 85. Just like National Football League. Just like the last year the Bears won the Super Bowl, the 85-86 season, the headquarters of the NFL established in Chicago. Also, this 131 number, we call that the championship number. Championship 131, Super Bowl 131. When you write out 57, it sums to 131. Of course, NBA Finals 57, World Series 57, plus more. This man's last name alone, Hardy. Hardy sums to 25 like death in finals. James Hardy found dead during the time of the finals. Hardy also sums to 79 like murder. 79 is the 22nd prime number. Basketball equals 22. And think about football, 11 on 11, 22 men, the master builder number. His full name. Apparently, he's one of these people that just has a middle name. I couldn't find what W stands for, but James W. Hardy III also sums to 89. Remember, King James equals 89. Religion 89. Last year, LeBron won on the real King James's birthday. The Warriors went down with 89 points. 89 is also the 11th Fibonacci number. Football, a game of 11 on 11. Cavs got closed out in Game 3, June 7th, the day he died, with an 11-0 run at the end. All scripted. Third game in a row. Warriors and Cavs, one of the final scores, finishes with 113 points. 113, number of mainstream deception. Number we talk about all the time. His name, James W. Hardy III, also sums to 154 like King James. Just show you this. King James has these special gematria connections. King James made a Freemason at age 35. King James dead on a date with 55 numerology in real life. All of these numbers are relevant. This is your foundation right here. You want to study this language, you want to understand these four methods inside and out. All based on the alphabetic order forwards and back. His date of birth, he was born in the year 85. You know, we just talked about that to go with his name. Born in 85, National Football League. He was born on a date with 59 numerology, number stamped on black people, Negro 59, Slave 59, Blues 59, Motown Records came out in 59. Born on a date with a 113 numerology, you know, just talking about it. Cavs go down with 113 points again. King James was made the King of Scotland on a date with 113 numerology. at age 13 months. For a long time, the Masons, the Zionist Jews, they've been running the show using puppets. I mean, think about it. Who was King James really if he was made a king at 13 months? Just a little puppet prop, you know? The powers that shouldn't be, they prefer to remain anonymous and use people to do their bidding. This man's birth numerology, also 121, big numbers with the Warriors. Dead during the time of the NBA Finals, his birth numerology connects to both teams. He was from Fort Wayne, which is in Allen County. Fort Wayne and Allen, gematria 44, fateful number, what we call the kill number. 11 plus 9 plus 12 is what kill equates to. Also, Buffalo Bills, who he was drafted by 9 years earlier. Buffalo Bills, 117. Remember, Ohio's 117, Akron's 117. Steph Curry and LeBron James, both born in Akron, Ohio, where Nate Thurmond was born, who had his number 42 retired with the Cavs and Warriors. Thurmond equals 113. 113 has been a final score again in all 3 of the first games when Thurmond, the star player that once played for both teams, who died last year in the offseason after both teams had won a championship against each other. With regards to him being drafted 9 years earlier, when you write out 9, it sums to 42, number stamped all over black people throughout history, also number representing Freemasonry. They said they found him in a log jam. You know, it could be coincidental, but log jam does have that gematria 58, like Freemasonry, like secret society, like Rosicrucian. King James was a Rosicrucian and a Freemason who died at age 58, 23 years after becoming a Freemason. King equals 23. His death date, June 7th, 6/7 or 7/6. Remember, blood sacrifice equals 67 and 76. This number's so fateful. In 2016, at the beginning of the year, I said, Prince better watch his ass. We're going to read about him dying next, after the death of Vanity just before the 58th Grammys. Then Prince died a span of 67 days from Vanity. The blood sacrifice number. Prince had the June 7th birthday, so did this man. Fateful. From his birthday, his 31st birthday, to his date of death was 165 days or a full span of 166. The name James Hardy sums to 166. James Hardy died on his 166th day of being 31. 31's the 11th prime number. Again, football, a game of 11 on 11. The day he died, the Warriors closed out the game with 11-0 run. Special number, the master number is 11. Read up on numerology. If you don't count the full span, it was 165 days later. Cleveland 165, Scottish Rite 165, as in Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. This is what murder by numbers is, and this is what it always looks like. You know? It's very clear to see why these people die, when they die suspiciously, when you know this language. This man also left a great comment here. Related. I'll link this post if you want to read it all. I'm going to link the Aaron Jelks video, the young Oregon man who was thrown over the cliff. Let's also real quickly talk about this Todd Harris story. Just before Game 3 was this news. They said Todd Harris, LI native. Here we are after Super Bowl LI, Super Bowl 51. And I said the Super Bowl, you know, it's connected to the NBA Finals. We've been talking about this. Todd Harris, LI native, that's for Long Island, and longtime NBA executive, dies at 47. Again, here we are in the 47th season of the modern NBA, 71st season total. It's the Cavs' 47th season. It was their joining along with the Blazers and Buffalo Braves. Buffalo Braves, James Hardy was drafted by Buffalo. Buffalo Braves are now the Los Angeles Clippers. Yesterday, a story was put out that LeBron might go to the Clippers or Lakers. The Clippers used to be the Buffalo Braves from New York. Something to think about. But anyhow, they said this man dropped dead at 47. Number that we talk about all the time. The NBA basketball court is 4,700 square feet. Remember, Freemasonry has the 47th problem of Euclid, which is about how to establish foundation. The word foundation equals 47, framework 47. American basketball created by Freemasonry. Naismith, dead by the numbers, once upon a time. The basketball court, 4,700 square feet. The Philadelphia Warriors won the first championship in 47. They're now the Golden State Warriors. Yesterday's game was the first in Ohio, Game 3. The date of this news, Ohio equals 47, so does Akron, Ohio. This man also played college basketball at Syracuse. Syracuse used to have a professional basketball team that became the Philadelphia 76ers. You see this? You see all these relationships? Philadelphia Warriors, now our Golden State Warriors. This man used to play in Syracuse, where the team moved to Philadelphia. Talked about how when LeBron advanced to the NBA Finals, the final score was a huge tribute to Philadelphia. Philadelphia always front and center in the NBA. So they said this man died June 6, 2017 at the age of 47. That was a date with 49 numerology. Warriors equals 49, like Revelation, like Kevin Durant, the star player they got in the offseason. June 6, 6-6, a lot like 66. Remember, Robert Kennedy equals 66, so does Sirhan. Robert Kennedy died on 6-6, supposedly. But anyway, LeBron equals 66, LeBron James 66, the Don 66, King 66. Always, these suspicious deaths within the numbers, they pay tribute to what's going on in these sports championships. They said he had a 22-year career. The word basketball, 22. The word master, 22. James Naismith died 22 days after his 78th birthday. The man who basketball the sport's credited to. His children's names are Mason and Logan. Gotta love it. It's all Freemasonry. Few more things. The name Harris has gematria 44 and 89. Remember, chosen one equals 44 and 98. King James equals 89. Todd Harris, also 154 like King James. You know, what are the odds? Two dead men in the time of the finals, and both of them connecting to these numbers. James W. Hardy III. Over here, an executive, supposedly just 47 years, Todd Harris. Notice how vague also it is. Longtime NBA executive Todd Harris. First of all, I'm going, how long could it be? He's only 47. I mean, most people don't become executives until they're into their 30s. So what was it, for a decade? Long time. And who is this guy? How come it doesn't say what team he was an executive for? Has anybody ever heard of this man before? You know? Says he used to play college ball at Syracuse. Longtime NBA executive. I was trying to figure out what team he was a part of. Maybe just an executive in the league office? Is this person even real? Did they just make up this story before Game 3 just to give people another clue as to what's going on in the world? We know that James Hardy was a real person, you know. So there it is, Truth Seeker. 2 more deaths for the finals. The games are rigged to the point. The murder rituals come with it. It's all sickness. People need to wake up. They need to stop giving their money to these leagues. They need to stop wearing jerseys with these players' names on the back. These people are the filth of the world. They sell you out for dollars and fame. You know, so many people giving up so much money, so much emotional investment, and not realizing this is all staged theater. Planned outcomes before the games even take place. No difference than when you go to a theater and watch stage actors. You know, predetermined outcome. But the murder rituals, the worst part of it all. Until next time. I just want to mention the death of the football player, James Hardy III. It's a span of 93 days until the beginning of the upcoming 98th NFL season. Again, 93, the number for Saturn, the keeper of time, having to do with death and judgment and the Grim Reaper. Very special number. We saw the Patriots win the rigged Super Bowl with 93 plays, while Tom Brady's 39 years old, the reflection of 93, NRG Stadium. Construction began March 9th, 9/3 or 3/9. He also died 123 days from the Super Bowl, the conspiracy number. So again, his death also connected to the upcoming NFL season. All right, Truth Seeker. Till next time.